want to show you how to put together really the quintessential Latin or Mexican salsa. This is called Pico de Gallo. It's made with only very easy to find ingredients, but can add a lot of flavor. So we have our tomatoes, our onions, our jalapenos, cilantro, salt, and lime. And once you've had your mise en place done, then it's just a matter of stirring all this together, and you'll see how fast and easy this sauce can be. 3/4 pound of small diced tomato, and that's just 1/4-inch dice, so all the pieces are 1/4 inch. We did remove the seeds. The salt and the lime will cause the liquids to release from the ingredients, and so you'll end up with, soup if you don't get rid of the seeds from the tomatoes first. Then I'll add, again, small diced onion, just a little bit of white onion. And then we'll add a little bit of chili. So I have one large minced up jalapeno here with the seeds. Tip, if you don't like spicy, take the seeds out. The seeds and the white part inside the jalapeno is the part that's the most spicy. So you can have it much milder if you just include the green. I like spice, so I'm including all of it. You can add the whole thing if you want, or you can start with half and then taste for seasoning and then add more. Good rule of thumb is you can always add more and it's hard to take away. So you can use that throughout your cooking. I'm going to add some cilantro that's just minced up. And then before I add salt, I'm going to always add acid. So lime is an acidic ingredient. I'm going to roll it on the cutting board. It's a little bit firm. That will help release some of the juices, make it easier to squeeze. I'm going to take my knife here, slice it in half, and then just going to juice that into the bowl. And again, you can always add more, you can't take it away, so I'm going to just do half and then we'll taste it. Add some more. Don't recommend doing that without gloves on if you have any cuts on your hands. It can be very painful with the lime juice. Do a little pinch of salt. If you're trying to eat a really low sodium diet, you can always leave that out. But if most of the cooking you're doing is home cooking, then you really don't have to be quite as worried about sodium content, because most of the salt you get in cooking comes from the processed and pre-prepared foods, not what you're cooking at home. Just stirring this together, you can see all the beautiful colors. And now I'm just going to grab a tasting spoon. I always grab 2, and this will save you from doing a lot of extra dishes. So what you can do is you can use 1 to scoop and 1 to put in your mouth. So I'll take 1. First one, it doesn't really matter, but for sake of showing you, I'll do it the first time. This will be the one that goes in my mouth. Don't want to put it on your cutting board. You get germs. Spread them to other people. All right, so there's not enough salt or enough lime or enough chili, so I'm going to add a little bit more of everything. I'm going to put that other lime in there. Don't want that stem end to get in there and give someone a crunchy, not so pleasant surprise. All right, dry off our hands. I'm gonna add the rest of the chili. Again, I like spice. If you don't add the whole chili. And then another little pinch of salt. A couple little pinches of salt. It's kind of bland. All right, this should taste like a totally different salsa at this point because we've added a lot more flavor. All right. So again, we have my scooping spoon, my tasting spoon. I'm going to put a small little bite on there. That's perfect. It's just exactly how I want it. It will develop more flavor after about an hour of sitting, so it's better if you don't eat it right away, but it can get watery and diluted if you let it sit for multiple days. So anywhere between an hour after you make it until about 2 days after you've made it is kind of the optimal time to eat it, but you don't have to be fussy if you're ready for it right when you finish. So this is our Pico de Gallo.